Alright guys, we are here for our last Tales review of this season. Very sad about that, but let's get into it. So first of all, before we even start, let me preface this with saying I do understand that we only had 2 hours, okay? And that we kind of had to rush things in this episode. But I'll get to it later in what I'm talking about and what I mean by they rushing everything in this episode, okay? So this week, the song we had was All I Need by Method Man and Mary J. Blige. So, I guess the concept for this one is kind of like a love at first sight type of thing, I guess, going on here. Well, starring in this one, we had Little Tupac from the Tupac movie All Eyes on Me. I don't know if y'all saw it. It was okay. I saw it, but I wasn't, yeah. Anyways, and then Jim Jones was in this one. Tammy Roman. We had a lot of reality show people in this series, you know, and Tammy was in this one. I think we had Mimi from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I was like, okay, we're just, you know, doing the reality show thing today. But anyways, so yeah, that's who was in this one. So let's just start from the beginning. Diamond, who is a prostitute, whatever you want to call her, and she is working for Jim Jones, which his name was Taggart in this show. Well, she's in the bathroom, she's cutting herself, she's sad, she wants to leave. He comes in and is like, oh my gosh, no, what's wrong with you? Don't I do everything for you? And, you know, of course she's crying and like, oh, I want to leave, whatever. So, she's basically over the lifestyle and decides she's gonna run from him, okay? So he's in the shower. She grabs like 600,000, I think it was. I don't know. It was a lot of money, and which was his money, and she ran out the door and left. So of course he's gonna come looking for her. But before he comes looking for her, we meet Kenny, who was in a diner with his little friend who is a police officer, and they're just talking about how he needs to get his life together. He used to be in the army, he has PTSD, and he just needs to go to counseling and get his life together. Well, he doesn't really see it like that. He had a few soldiers that died under him, and he thought he should have saved them. So he's kind of, you know, feeling a little weird about everything. Anyways, the girl who was running, Diamond, she runs out to the street and tries to get hit by a semi. Well, then Kenny, who saw her trying to kill herself, runs and saves her. So then it was like this moment of magic, and they looked at each other and oh my gosh, we're in love and yay. And I'm like, you knew each other for 5 seconds, but fine, it's totally cool. So they go and they start this whole day of they spend like the whole day together. But before they do that, Taggart's boys are looking for Diamond. They beat up the little boy at the coffee shop trying to find this girl. I'm like, he don't know where she at. He don't know her. But anyways, they beat him up, sorry. And they looking for her. They look for her everywhere. Well, she's calling Silk, who is played by Tammy, telling her, hey, can you just stall him? I'll be back, whatever. So Tammy stalls him, and then she comes out of the bathroom because she had went to the bathroom to hide, basically. But she comes out, and then her and Kenny, oh, they spend the rest of the day together because she's so flattered that he defended her while she was in the bathroom. So now she's like falling in love, I guess, after maybe an hour now. So yeah, she's in love. Great, got it. And they're in this clothing store, and dude comes in the door, who I promise you at first I thought was Chris Brown. I mean, like, no lie, dude looked just like Chris Brown. And he come up to her, and he's being rude and talking, you know, because he knows she's a little prostitute or whatever. So then of course Kenny comes out and he's like, I'm gonna save you again. Yeah, because I got you, you know, that type of stuff. So she's like, oh my god, he's saving me again, I'm so excited, I'm falling in love again. So yeah, whatever. So then they you know, keep talking, and then she's like, well, where do you live? And I don't know, maybe it's me, but I'm like, how do you just really just took her to your house, okay? She all up in his house taking showers and I'm like, she trying to move in already? Is it 5 hours now so we can move into? I guess. I don't know. It was weird. Just weird to me. Whatever. So they go back to his house, like I already said. Oh, and they have this wonderful night, and oh, we're just in love, and just I feel the love in the room. But Jimmy found her, which I mean Taggart. He found her and her little boyfriend Kenny. He beat up Kenny. Of course, he slapped her in the face or whatever, and then he took her. So, oh my gosh, this is so sad. So now he has to find her. So a mess, of course, comes of this whole thing, because now he's looking for her. Kenny calls his little police officer friend, who does not believe him because he thinks he's having like some type of mental break. And of course, his police officer friend has a partner who I thought was very rude and very disrespectful, and I wanted to punch him, but whatever. He was very rude in this episode. So then, of course, we go back to Diamond, who is with Taggart now. They're back together. He's getting her ready or whatever for her day of work. And, you know, he's just talking to her, and he's like, you know, he don't understand you. He don't love you, and he not gonna love you. He not gonna understand how your uncle sold you to me. And I was like, her uncle? That's really messed up. So yeah, this was a little on the deep side, I guess. But yeah, so anyways, Kenny is doing more investigating, trying to find Diamond, or Nina. Her real name was Nina. That's what he called her. So he's trying to find her, and he can't find her. Well, the light-skinned dude, little Chris Brown, he tried to rob the same diner with the same guy that got beat up. He just was having all the worst luck. I mean, all the luck. I mean, just, they beat him up again. And then Kenny beats up both the friend and little Chris Brown trying to look for Diamond, which he gets some more information. But of course, the police, they still didn't do nothing for him, really, because they didn't believe him. Well, and then little Nina, she tells Silk that she really wants to make sure he's still alive. Can you go to his house? And whatever. So Silk eventually gives in, and she goes to his house. She tells him she's still alive and that she, you know, cares about him or whatever. But she was just real blunt with him, like, how you gonna be in love with her and you know all the stuff she been doing in her profession? But he was just like, I love her. I'm always gonna love her, whatever. And I guess she believed him. So then they hatched this plan to come steal her from this whole operation from Taggart. So basically, he come up there to this motel where all these girls is at and where Taggart and his boys are, and went crazy. He stabbed two of them. No, he stabbed one of them. Then he cut the other dude's throat, and then he found Nina in the room with Taggart. So they start fighting, and then she just grabbed a gun and she started shooting him. She shot that man like 5 times, so he was dead. And now they have to run. So this is where she could have did it a little different, and maybe things would have ended differently. So they're running, and then the police are there. They finally show up because they finally figure out that this Taggart dude is a real guy. Well, she run out, and Kenny is like about to get arrested. Well, her smart, bright behind decides, I'm going to shoot the police officer. So she shoots and kills the police officer. I'm like, wonderful. Now you're really going to go to jail. So basically everybody dead, and they on the run. So of course everybody's dead. So now the cops are here questioning Silk and trying to figure out what's going on, but Silk is not saying anything. And of course, light-skinned cop is being rude again, and I don't really like him. I didn't like him at all in this episode. So of course they're on the run now. They're in a motel, and they're trying to figure out what their next move is. Well, Silk had her cell phone, and the police ended up calling Diamond, Nina, whatever, and they were like, y'all have a chance to like come back and then not get that much jail time. Well, he told Kenny that, not her. So of course Kenny was like, no, I'm not leaving her, I love her, blah blah blah, blah. Whatever. So my thing is, so instead of like, oh, let's get out of town and let's run and actually get out of here, this fool it's weird. She, like, he had gave her this fake ring made out of like what was it? a gum wrapper earlier in the show. So he on the phone with the police, and then he turned around, she on her knee talking about, oh, you want to make an honest woman out of me? Asking him to marry her, basically. And again, I'm just wondering, how long have we known each other? Maybe 2 days now? Or is it 3? I guess we only need 3 days, but fine, I get it. It's a TV. We had to fast forward, but I'm just not feeling it. Whatever. So he agrees, and he's like, yeah, I'll marry you, but I can't marry somebody who's never been to the movies, because that was earlier in the episode. She was like, oh, I've never been to a movie, I've never been on a date. So instead of running again and getting out of town, they go shopping, go on a shopping spree and buy some little cute outfits, and then they decide to go to the movies. Like the whole episode, he was quoting movies and stuff like that. So she was calling him corny, but I really wanted to tell her, both of y'all corny is what you're doing, because you're gonna go to jail. So keep playing, but whatever. So eventually they go to the movies. Oh, they're having a great time. I think they were watching The Notebook or something, and oh, they're just so in love, and the couple is so in love. And then he gets up to go to the bathroom and sees that all the cops are in the lobby waiting for them. Of course, because they found them, because you decided to go to a movie instead of running. Whatever. So they go out, you know, and he comes back in and he's like, yo, they watched the rest of the movie. And then he tells her, like, well, the cops are here, so you can run, and then I'll just go get arrested, and you just go. So he's out there, he's about to turn himself in, and then she comes up behind him and is like, we have a love that will stand the test of time, or something like that. I was like, good luck with that when they shoot you, because that's what they're about to do. So, of course, they come out there, guns blazing, and they start shooting at the cops. And of course, the cops start shooting at them. So they got shot probably about 4 or 5 times. And they are laid out on the ground, but somehow find enough strength to get to each other and share one last kiss and say that they love each other. And then basically they died, because, I mean, you're not gonna live. So I guess they thought they were gonna die together, and then, like, oh, you know, we'll be together in the next life, I guess. Whatever floats your boat. I don't know, I guess I was really like, love at first sight, that's not real, but I guess, hey, it could happen. It could happen to anybody. So anyways, this is the last episode of this season, and I'm so sad, but hopefully they come back next season so we can still do our little recaps and reviews. I really appreciate everybody who has been watching these and been commenting and, you know, just sharing it and everything else. I will say I really liked this show. I loved it, and hopefully they come back next year, because I love doing these. Anyways, until our next review, I will see you guys later.